Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. First, before I go any further, I want to thank the new members who joined recently, the most recent, that YouTube is showing me. Before I get into this disturbing, at least it is to me, but I got to do it anyway. Thank you to MacZed38, Lisa, Paragraphics, and Sun Energy. Thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate it. Greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you. If you don't know by now, I'm going to bring it to your attention what just happened that should scare every knowledgeable, sane thinking person. Now, the insane, the deceived, they're not going to get it. They don't understand what they just did, what just happened, and what it's a sign of, what's about to come to pass after this. New York. What just happened in New York is a bad sign. And it should scare everybody, not just in America, but on this planet. Because as America falls, so goes the world. The world will fall. We're the last one. Armageddon, the end times, whatever you want to call it, the rise of the Antichrist, I think it will start through us. We are the only world superpower still left. I know you got Russia and China, but everybody's tied in to us, the World Trade Center, what have you. And they're trying so desperately because they know what I'm saying is true. They know. The other powers that be around the world, they know what I'm saying is true. They know they're too entrenched, too tied to us, America. And they're trying to break away from that because they know that's a bad place to be because they see where we're headed. And they don't want to fall with us, but it's too late. Too late. This is all designed, this orchestrated prophecy, whatever you want to call it, meant to be. Russia, China, North Korea, all them other countries. The whole world entrenched is in bed with Babylon, which is us, the modern day Babylon, America. Now that they've woken up and realized what they've done, they're trying to back away, get away from us. Too late. You're already went to bed with the harlot. Too late. So they're seeing something, or have seen something, that I just now have seen. They've been seeing it, right? While we over here arguing amongst each other about political parties and what have you, this thing real is bigger than that. The end times, last days, Antichrist, all that stuff is tied into what we're seeing right before our very eyes. I'm not a prophet, at least I don't think I am. If I am one, nobody notified me. I'm not a pastor, preacher, none of that. If I am, nobody notified me. But what I'm about to do, you can call it prophecy, predicting the future, what have you. I see it as just reading the signs. I can see it. It's like I can see it plain as day what's happening. So let's look at the state of the world, what we got going on right now, just in America. We got a whole lot of people struggling to pay their bills, struggling to keep a roof over their head, food on the table, transportation, health, pretty much struggling with everything, not just one thing. It's always been struggle. But right now, we got people struggling with everything. So now, with that being said, that makes people hopeless, right? Not one or two people, but millions of people are hopeless at the same time. There's a book that speaks about a time like this. I ain't gonna say what the name of the book. I'm gonna let y'all guess it. There's a book that speaks about a time like this, where you will have famines, food shortages. So much so to where they're having to create fake food. Did y'all know we have a food shortage? We're running out of food. That's why they're cloning food, making food, creating food, artificial food, GMOs and all that scientific clone food, animals, vegetables, cloning, ain't even real. Why you think they're doing it? Just to make money? No, we out of food. Famines, earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars. We either have a war going on or somebody talking about going to war. We either got Russia and Ukraine, or we got China talking about invading Taiwan. Or invading this, invading that. North Korea talking about invading this. We got Gaza and Israel. Wars, or either rumors of wars. And I once said, but when the church folks would tell me stuff, I'm like, man, this ain't nothing new. We've been had all this type of stuff. Been had wars. Been had famines. Been had earthquakes. Been had diseases, violence, poverty. Been had all that. But not at this magnitude. All at the same time. Affecting millions instead of a small few. We got famines, earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars, diseases, known and unknown. Increased violence everywhere. From the country to the cities. Poverty. Not just a handful. The poor have always been with us. But now we got poverty for people that never been poor. Never really struggled like they're struggling now. We got widespread poverty. We ain't just got small pockets of poverty. We got an entire nation. Supposed to be the richest nation in the world, which it is. Which they're telling you the world ain't doing good when the richest nation in the world is struggling. Has a poverty issue, famine issue, food shortages in the most powerful nation in the world. Even she doing bad. So that's a perfect breeding ground to bring forth him. You know who him is. You will if you hold on. Right now, we're in a perfect breeding ground to bring forth him. A time when the whole world is feeling hopeless. And we're looking for a solution. We're looking for some hope. We're looking for somebody to solve these problems for us. We're desperate. And I started out by saying what just happened in New York should scare everybody. Because New York just elected as mayor a confessed socialist/communist in America. Something that once upon a time was unheard of. If you were a socialist or a communist in America, once upon a time you would have to hide and keep that a secret. Now he's openly saying, this is what I am. But he's promising relief to these problems. When nobody else has come along with what we've been had, capitalism, democracy, whatever we got here, that ain't solved the problems. The problems have gotten worse. So now it's putting us in a situation that we're willing to try anything and listen to anybody. Any smooth, slick talking joker that come along. like a woman with low self-esteem that felt ugly all her life, and some joker come along and tell her, you are beautiful. You're gorgeous. Look at you. Look at that ass. Even though she ain't got no ass. He tell her, look at that ass. Ooh, that ass sitting out fat. Girl, I want to do this. I want to lick you here, lick you there, lick you up and down, all the way around. She gonna cling to that man, to his every word, because he caught her at a vulnerable time. That what just happened in New York, and we're in danger of it happening in the entire nation. I'm predicting something. And you've been hearing these Democrat liberals going around talking about a blue wave. And I hate to tell y'all, but it's coming. But I ain't saying that in no good way. It's bad news. Because here's what we're dealing with. Whenever you have problems in the country, whatever party is in office at the time, that's the party that's blamed for it. Me, for example, when Biden was in office, I've been a Democrat all my life, but we were doing so bad. I was struggling, can't find work, can't go to work, sitting at home, losing everything. Who was in office? Biden, Democrats. Who's ever in office at the time that you're struggling, that's who people are going to turn against in the next election. And they're going to put the other party in thinking that maybe they can do better than what these people are doing. So we end up with Trump. Even I switch sides. Now here we got Trump in office. And shit getting worse. Not because of Trump, it's going to get worse anyway because it's the time we're living in. Prophecy, sign of the time. It's supposed to get worse, gonna get worse, no matter who we put in, but this was gonna happen. This is a warning. Prepare now, if you haven't already. What happened in New York, gonna happen all over America. They're gonna take the blueprint from that socialist, that communist in New York, that man promising free groceries of government grocery stores in New York. Government owned, government ran. Unheard of. Grocery stores. Well, we got a food shortage, big war. The grocery prices are through the roof. A created problem. Setting us up. One world government. Antichrist. Implementing a little bit at a time. We got the dude in New York. We got a socialist / communist elected in America. And nobody batted an eye except for us, people like us, that mean y'all that's enlightened. We see. But other than that, millions of people are celebrating the downfall, not just of America, but the world. What he's doing is going to spread throughout America, and it's going to spread throughout the world, and the collapse is upon us. We're already seeing what happened when people depend on the government to take care of them, right? Have y'all not learned what happens when you depend on the government? We're in the middle of it right now, of what happens to people that's been depending on the government to take care of them. What y'all say, 42 million people starving, right? Have you not learned? Obviously, they did in New York. Because they are cheering for somebody to make the government take over even more stuff. The government gonna provide you with groceries, free buses, free this, free that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't figured out about ain't nothing in life free, not even the air. But he came at the time that the good book says he's going to show up. It's not him yet, but everything being put in place for him to arrive. Struggling, pain, suffering, poverty, wars, violence, famine, food shortages, diseases, sickness. Boom, there you go. I'm going to fix all this for y'all. Just follow me. Where have your God been? If your God loved you, how will he let y'all live like this? There's no such thing as God. Only us. We're the gods. I'm the God. You're the God. He's the God. We're all gods. Where's the creator, whatever? Where is he now? Look around. Your baby's starving. You starving. You hungry. You homeless. Where's your God now? He got a point there. What can you do for us? I'm gonna give you free this, free that. You ain't gotta be hungry. Just do what I ask you to do. Follow me. You ain't gotta be hungry. You ain't gotta be homeless. I'm gonna give you housing. He talking about putting a cap on the rent in New York in a capitalist society. The government gonna step in and tell somebody what they can charge for their property instead of letting the market decide. When people stop paying the price go down. That's how that's supposed to happen. You want the prices to go down on something, you stop buying it. Let it sit, and the price is going to plummet. That's how you drop the prices. Not government coming in controlling shit. We're setting up for the NWO, the New World Order. Hold on a minute.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders. Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge, a new era, freer from the threat of terror. And today that new world is struggling to be born. A world quite different from the one we've known. A world where the rule of law supplants the rule of the jungle. What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order.
There is a chance for the President of the United States to use this disaster to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order. Think about this.
It's all taking place right before our eyes. Some events have to happen. Like on that last clip, he was talking about the tragedy that happened. That was September 11th. That was the day after the World Trade Center. And how they can use that. I got to be careful what I say. The point I'm trying to make is everything that we're experiencing right now is not a coincidence. After Trump, that's it. That was our last chance to fight against. Trump is hated so much. Y'all can call it racist and whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with that. All them folks on the Democrat side are racist too. I ain't saying Trump a racist or he ain't. But the reason they hate him and the reason they spread this stuff about him ain't because he's no racist. Because they all racist. That's not the issue. They don't care about it if you're racist or not. They could care less. The problem with Trump is he delayed, in the way, stalled their agenda. The Republicans and the Democrats were both in together with making this thing a reality. The Democrats, if y'all remember, in the beginning, you had Republicans against Trump. I think on his first go-round or whether the second, when he lost. But you had Republicans coming out. That's unheard of. I knew then something was wrong. When you got Democrats and Republicans hate Trump. The only reason right now the Republicans that are standing with him, because they weak. The Republican Party is weak. The Republican Party is infiltrated, just like the Democrat Party. They both the same. Trump is the outcast, the outlier. Once he gone, it's over. Full speed ahead with the new Trump. Here he come with this America first and nationalism or whatever. America, a sovereign nation. He's against the end up the new. That's why him, Putin, and all them folks kind of like, he ain't bucking against Putin too tough. And they're talking he in cahoots and collusion and all that. No. Putin understands what's going on. Putin want a sovereign Russia. He don't want to be part of no new nothing. North Korea don't want to be a part of it. China don't want to be a part of it. They're going against the world agenda. Them few little nations right there. And that's going to be the bear and that's in Revelation. That's where all this going to come from. Them folks bucking against the system. That's where the Battle of Armageddon going to come from. The last war is going to be from this right here. And why I say this shit in New York should scare you. What just happened. Because once Trump gone, ain't going to be no third term and all that, y'all goofies. They're not going to let that happen. Once Trump gone, ain't nobody else. J.D. Vance, no. Trump hit. Trump was all we got. After that, it's over. Prepare yourselves. They are masters at division. So we're not going to unite. Find your own little small little groups, whatever, like-minded people. Y'all load up and head for the hills. But we're not going to unite. They are masters of deception. We're going to still have folks out here talking about, you a Democrat, you a liberal, you a conservative, I can't stand you, you voted for something. That's still going to be a bunch of zombies walking around here. No saving them. Once you become a zombie, you're always a zombie. You never go back to being a human. Once you become a pickle, you never go back to being a cucumber. We got a lot of pickles walking around here. You got to leave them alone. Save who you can save. Can't save them. They're going to kill you before you can save them. Let them go. Save who you can save and get gone. But they enacting this, whether you like it or not. Ain't nothing you can do to stop it. All you can do is try to protect and spare your family as best you can. The best thing, get out the way and wait on God to come fix this shit, because we can't do it. I might be going over some people's head right now with what I'm saying. But this guy showing the blueprint of what they finna do. Tell everybody, because everybody hurting right now, everybody struggling, you can't find jobs. You think that's not orchestrated, planned out. No jobs, government shutdowns, diseases you ain't heard. You think all that's just a coincidence? They're breaking us. When they done broke you enough, now they bring along somebody who say, do what we say do, and we'll protect you. We'll take care of you. So they elected a socialist, a communist, not a conspiracy theory. Like, he really said that's what he is. Free everything. Can't do that. But he telling you what you want to hear. Gauging the temperature of the room. So now that's going to spread around the nation. And people struggling so bad, people are hungry, worried, can't pay their bills, homeless or whatever. Now somebody coming along and say, hey, don't worry about it, I got you. Free shit for everybody. Just follow me and do what I tell you to do, and you ain't got to worry no more. You know how many people going to go along with that? Millions. And that's what they're doing. That's why I say everybody should be scared to death of what just happened in New York. That's going to spread across the entire nation. Like it or not. From California to New York and everything in between. Get to the country if you can. They finna destroy this son bitch. Y'all better enjoy these last 3 years Trump got if he make it. Keep that in mind. It ain't over yet. If he make it, he in their way. He holding up progress to the new. Maybe I'm the new Ella Jones conspiracy theory, and I'm crazy. We'll see. Y'all done thought I was crazy many times before, and it turned out I wasn't crazy. I'm gonna give you something free. You ain't gotta pay rent no more. You ain't gotta do this. Free buses, free food, free everything. Just follow me. That's what he just said in New York. And that's gonna take root all over the country because so many people. That's why everybody from California to New York is hurting, struggling at the same time. They're breaking us all down. This is the richest nation on the planet. You think they ain't got a way to solve these problems if they really wanted to? No, they're causing the problems. They're causing the problem, then they're going to provide you with a solution. More to be revealed. Get it, got it good. Bye.